Hello. Hi. It's super early. Oh my gosh, what time is it? It's 1:30 in the morning. Oh Lord, I should be asleep right now. Okay, let's just get into this word without further ado. This is a part one, the comparison of the two gems. Oh, yes. Let me pray first and ask for Holy Spirit to just be present here and during this time. Okay. Dear Abba, our Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ, our brother, and the Spirit that is holy, our comforter, we thank you for this time to be with you. Thank you for this opportunity you gave me to share your message about the two gems. Ooh, always two. Yeah, two is a big theme for this specific word. um, please watch over me and protect me and watch and protect over anyone and everyone that might stumble onto this word. You know who needs to listen to this word, and you know when the time um, will be set by you for this word to be heard. So in the interim, I just need your presence and your guidance, because I'm honestly a bit sleepy, so please be with me. I ask all that of you, not on behalf of my own name, but on behalf of your Son Jesus Christ, of the same, forever and ever, and from generation to generation, forever and always, until the end of days. Amen. Okay. Whew. So this is my message number 3. Waiting the Wait, part 1. Diamonds and pearls. So here's the thing. I've wondered this question for a long time in my life. And then this week I just got the idea of like researching the difference between the two. Because everybody loves, well, nah, that's not true. Everybody say they love diamonds, and everybody say they love pearls. But what is the real difference between the two? And, you know, just like flowers can say something about you, just like colors can say about you, what does a certain type of gemstone that you prefer over another say about you? And I was personally very intrigued by this because I know that I prefer pearls over diamonds. I just don't know why. So, I have my talking points here. It's going to be pretty quick, I hope. So first I'm going to read the article that I found. I found it this week because I did the research this week because Abba created me to be a researcher. So I found the article this week. I read it and I was satiated because I got my answer. But then he said that's actually a word. And I'm like, oh, really? I'm like, okay, well then, since I have a wordly article, I need the biblical version of this. So I looked into the Bible, and I have a verse list for each of them. A verse list for pearls, a verse list for diamonds, and I also have an article from a biblical site called Bible Study. It's just called Bible Study, I think. BibleStudy.org. And there's a section about pearls and about diamonds, so I'm gonna read that. And then there's one specific text for the pearls. It's Matthew 13, verse 44 to 52. the actual word that I'm going to talk about in regards to the Bible about the pearls will start at verse 44 and 52. But as I went up and up and up and up and up, I realized I need to read the whole thing. So I'm going to read the whole thing. Matthew 13 completely. I'm going to read it from my Good News Bible because I already read it for myself in the KJV on my phone. And I'm actually intrigued to see the difference in the Good News Bible. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then for diamonds, I have two specific ones that are actually the same now that I think about it. Exodus 28. Exodus. Oh, why do I keep doing this? Exodus 28 verse 18 and Exodus 39 verse 11. And they amount to the same thing. Like, it's literally the same thing in both verses. So I mean, I don't know why I wrote this down, but there must be a reason. Anyway, but I'll have more examples anyway in the verses list. I think the website is knowingjesus.com. I don't know. I'll confirm in a minute. So I'll start with the Wordly article. I'm actually excited about this one because when I found it, I was like, ooh, that actually puts things in perspective for me. Okay, so the article. Okay, so I'm just gonna read the article from the point of view of the author of the article. It's not my opinion. I'm just sharing what they wrote. So, first title: List of differences between diamonds and pearls. Now, the big question right now is here. Will it be diamonds or pearls? Which is preferable and beautiful? What would you prefer if you're given a chance? These two natural gemstones, pearls and diamonds, are often compared next to each other. Which is better? Here's the ultimate match: diamond versus pearls. Two different trinkets. Second title. When it comes to the jewelry world, pearl jewelry and diamond jewelry's beauty remains a classic. Pearls are a reminder of anything classy and anything vintage inspired. Which makes sense because I love anything classy and anything vintage inspired. The white natural gem is a certified favorite for those who want to keep their fashion on the classy side, which I do. Royalty, fashion icons, and ordinary people, thanks to costume pearl jewelry pieces, all love pearls. However, they also feel the same for the diamond jewelry pieces. Diamonds are iconic. It has long since been one of the favorite crystal gemstones in the market. This sparkly gem is a top choice for engagement rings, wedding bands, or everyday use. Both diamonds and pearls have a beauty of their own. However, there are still differences between diamonds and pearls that people can't keep comparing them. Third title: The beauty of pearls and the beauty of diamonds. Personally, does not mean that's the author. Personally, I could choose pearl jewelry over diamonds on certain events. I can also do just the same for diamond jewelry pieces if occasion permits me to do so. For example, I want to exude the aura of confidence, sophistication, and the message that I am one modern woman you shouldn't mess up with. I'll wear my diamond stud earrings or my diamond bangles. Nothing can beat the diamond bling impression when it comes to making a modern woman look fashion ready wherever she is. Mm. However, however, if I want a more subtle, classy, ladylike look, I'll grab myself some pearl necklace. Thank you very much. When you slip on a string of pearls, hello, there's always a sudden feeling of, ooh, Vava vintage. Absolutely. I am immediately transported to the golden age of old Hollywood, letting me sip some of that vintage glam so prominent during this time. A giant pair of pearl earrings is my go-to jewelry whenever I feel like my clothes need a classy look. Interestingly, my choice for pearls or diamonds is clearly defined based on how I feel and how I want it to look. Why pearls? Oh, oh no, I'm sorry. Break. And I'm back. Sorry, I just had to stop for a minute because my face was way too shiny. Which, I mean, I was talking about diamonds and pearls, and there's this song by Rihanna, Shine Bright Like a Diamond. Just not the kind of shine I was thinking about. So, anyway, let's move on. Um, Fort? Yes. Fort title. Why pearls and diamonds are compared? Perhaps the reason why diamonds and pearls Perhaps the reason why diamonds and pearls are endlessly compared is that some of the best pieces in the jewelry world comprise these two gemstones. There are pearl chokers and diamond chokers. This is kind of like a choker, but I mean, it's not that close. It's just kind of like a tight necklace. It's not a choker. But a choker is, for those who don't know, it's a necklace that literally rests on your neck. It's kind of like a band of fabric. It's kind of like if you tied a ribbon around your neck and you left it there. Well, that's like a choker, and if you had that in necklace form and it stays right there, it doesn't droop down, that's a choker. This is not. It kind of is, but it isn't. So, there are pearl chokers and diamond chokers. If you're looking for a ring, you can always go for the traditional diamond ring sparkle or go for the pearl rings antique-like charm. A diamond stud earring is a fashion favorite, and so is a pearl stud. Like mine. Look how cute is this. There's a tiny little diamond, but the bigger part is the pearl, which is why I picked them. Price is also a big factor between diamonds and pearls. Some people feel that the price discrepancy between the two makes people decide easier. But does it help? Here are some main facts about diamonds and pearls and their main differences. So, okay. Diamonds. 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 1. The sparkle. Perhaps an obvious reason why people go for diamond jewelry is that it can sparkle. Yes, the sparkle of a diamond ring is enough to launch 1,000 ships. That just reminds me so much of Scandal and the President of America, Fitzgerald Grant, and Olivia Pope when she got kidnapped. Yeah, and he risked it all to get her back. And who said that? Was it Tom? Yes, Tom said, the face that launched 1,000 ship. Ooh, like Ellen de Troy in, well, Troy. Yeah, she did the same thing too. Interesting. Sorry, I digress. Anyway, This difference between diamonds and pearls is often is the deal breaker. And if you're in a jewelry store, surely who could ever resist the shiny glitters of a well-cut diamond ring? I think that every day, not me, the author. Number 2, it is durable. One thing that makes diamond jewelry stand out over pearls is that it is considered more durable. Diamonds receives a MOHS hardness rating of 10, meaning it can stand scratching from other less durable materials. People not only go for its undeniable sparkle, but for its ability to stand the tests of time and the environment, of course. 3, perfect for everyday use. Since diamonds are very durable, they make perfect jewelry for everyday use. My friend of mine, wow, a friend of mine keeps telling me that she is glad that her fiance gave her a diamond ring because she's able to wear them every day. Even though it can be quite challenging to be wearing a huge rock on your finger every day, you can be sure that your ring will still be A-okay. When I saw this, I just laughed. That's my shout out. What? Okay. Even though it can be quite challenging to be wearing a huge rock on your finger every day, you can be sure that your ring will still be A-okay because of its durability. That's a great deal already. 4. 4. Expensive. However, despite all the plus factors for diamonds, there are some downsides too. One of which is the fact that diamonds can be quite expensive. Well, scratch that. They can be costly. This is a factor why some people, despite their love for the said stone, don't quickly seal the deal with this sparkly gemstone. The price isn't worth it sometimes. And 5, not that unique anymore. Another factor is diamond jewelry isn't that unique anymore. Unless your fiance got loads of money and decides to contact a jeweler to make you a personalized engagement ring, you will have a diamond engagement ring with the same facet as someone else's. This is one of the pitfalls of having a diamond engagement ring. Bummer, isn't it? And then we get to my favorite part. The main factor of pearls. And this one also has 5 points. But instead of numbers and listed as a list, that's so dumb, showed as a list, this one is adorned by tiny little hearts. See how cute is that? And when I saw that, like in the margin, instead of numbers, instead of letters and all that, the author actually used little symbols like this. I thought this is so freaking cute. Yes, this is so freaking cute. Not only that, this is so me. I usually don't use numbers. I usually use symbols, something that means something to me. Sometimes I use hearts, sometimes I use stars, sometimes I use clouds. I mean, I think they're clouds. I don't know. I don't even know. There's so many different shapes of clouds. I just draw something that looks like a cloud. Or I'll use like just circles or dots, but rarely ever numbers. So this really spoke to me. I was like, there's something there. So for the main factor of pearls, heart number 1. Both pearls and diamonds are natural gemstones. However, pearls do have an advantage over diamonds. For one, Although some pearls do come out from their shells where they need some polishing and refining, some are already ready to be used as trinkets, which I'll get to that after. But there's another word in this sentence alone, so I'll come back to it after. Diamonds, on the other hand, need serious cleaning, furnishing, cutting, polishing, and many more. Too much hassle for a piece of jewelry, I believe. Heart number 2. The price difference is perhaps one of the most distinctive differences between the two. If you want to get a high quality diamond, you must be ready to slash out a couple of hundreds of dollars from your bank account. That's not the case with pearls. A high quality pearl still is a mile cheaper than a high quality diamond. Now, that is saying something, isn't it? Heart number 3. If uniqueness is the main goal in the hunt for a piece of jewelry, the pearl is your best option. Why? A common distinction on pearls is that these natural gemstones have the same piece out there. Each pearl has a unique set of patterns and designs that make it perfect for those looking for jewelry pieces that are one of a kind. If you're not a generic person, which I am not, pearls are for you, which they are. That's for sure. Point number 4. Heart number 4. If you are a fan of colorful jewelry pieces, which I am, then you will prefer pearls over diamonds for sure. These natural gemstones hold a wide array of colors. Pearls can come in different colors, allowing you to choose whatever preference you like. Dainty colors, bold colors, whatever color scheme you prefer. Pearls are always there to serve your color needs. And 5 and last point. A pearl is a treasure of a lifetime. The style of pearl jewelry pieces is bound to last for a long, long time. If you want to invest in jewelry that is meant to last for a lifetime, pearl jewelry is a great alternative. What people say. Okay, that's title number 5, I think. What people say. One jewelry lover, he's a bet, mentioned how she prefers to have diamonds over pearls. She said that although pearls are undeniably pretty, they are very delicate to use, and you need to take extra care using them. Avoid hairspray, avoid harmful chemicals, etc. Diamonds, on the other hand, are stunning, but are also very low maintenance. On the other hand, Carmen is more comfortable with a string of pearls than a row of diamonds. She stated that she would prefer to wear a pearl necklace over a diamond choker because the latter, diamond choker, makes her feel that she's wearing too much bling. Yeah, absolutely. Same. A forum user, Glam. I mean, that's the title. I don't know why that's the title, but anyway. A forum user, Glam. So I think that's the opinion of a third person. Fox added, oh yeah, that's her. Fox added that it depends upon the event she's attending. Oh no, I'm sorry. Fox is the author of this article. Fox added that it depends upon the event she's attending. If she's going for a classy, everyday look, she will go for her diamond stud earrings. If she's going for a classy appearance for a special event, she would prefer to bring out her string of pearls. And then we have the 6th and, yes, final title. Which would you choose? So, Which natural gemstone should you prefer to use? Pearl or diamonds? Well, there is no cookie cut answer for this. I'm sorry, that staccato was really badly placed. Well, there is no cookie cut answer for this since both of these gems are precious and beautiful. The answer is left entirely in your hands. Which would you go for? Which would you leave inside your jewelry box? You can look as dazzling with proper style and jewelry arrangements, whether in pearls or sparkly diamonds. Both diamonds and pearls are beautiful, and although there is no need to compare here, you can always have a preference. And I'm gonna wait. Yeah, you can always have a preference. Whether you are a fan of pearls or diamonds, you will never get disappointed. That's for sure. Don't sit there waiting. Keep sparkling, darling. Okay. So this is the first point that um Abba brought to my mind when I first read this article. This article is about this Wordly article is about the difference between diamonds and pearls. Okay. Already the arguments between the two are different because they are two different gemstones, obviously. But also the way they presented them, the author presented them, the arguments in their article is very different from one to the other. It's odd and it's very subtle, but when you know what to look for, you get to actually understand what you're looking at. And I realized something. Even though at the top the author said, um, yes, even though the author said at the beginning, personally, I could choose pearl jewelry over diamonds on certain events. I can also do just the same for diamond jewelry pieces if occasion permits me to do so. But even though she said that, she might not have noticed, but I did, and so did Abba. Even though she professed to love both the same, at the end of the day, there is always one that you prefer over the other. I actually thought it would be diamonds for her, the way she was like speaking up so much about diamonds. But that also told me something. Most times, the things that matter to you the most, you talk about the least. Why? Because they're precious to you. They're a treasure to you. They're hidden and only known to you. So that way, there's so much less chance of that thing getting stolen from you. So I thought at first that she actually would prefer diamonds over pearls, but then I realized no. When it comes to depicting the arguments about diamonds, she's actually quite impersonal. The title for the arguments of the diamonds is just that, diamonds, in capital letters, just diamonds, and a big picture of a glistening diamond, a really big rock also, I should add. But the points all the points of the argument, the sparkle, it is durable, perfect for everyday use, expensive, not that unique anymore. Those are just facts, but they're not really opinions. And not only that, but they're listed so impersonally with just numbers. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that to me spoke volumes that maybe she's not that much into diamonds as she's professing to be. Then I looked at pearls, and this time the title for pearls, she didn't do pearls like she did with diamonds. She went with the main factor of pearls. That means she actually took her time more than diamonds to look deep into the difference between pearls and diamonds in regards to pearls. And she came up with this title, The Main Factor of Pearls. That's a heck of a lot more original and creative than just diamonds. But then we also have the listing. With diamonds, it was clearly impersonal. The titles were impersonal, and they were listed with numbers, just like facts, just like you would see in an encyclopedia or something. But it's not her personal view of that stone, that gemstone, the diamonds. But when it came to pearls, she didn't have a single title for her arguments. She just went with hearts in the margin. See this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, they both have the same amount of arguments. But clearly, she took a lot more time when it came to pearls. And look at the difference. The picture of diamonds. This big, shiny, glistening rock. Set on a rock itself. A rock on a rock. Oh, I think that's a word also, but I mean, not for now. Okay. But then we go to pearls for her title, The Main Factor of Pearls. And whoa, this is classy, this is beautiful, this is vintage looking, but this picture also tells a story. This makes it seem like this is treasured, you know, like this is kept in good condition. This was handed down from generation to generation. This is not impersonal at all. This is treasured. This is special. This is hidden. Basically, this is hidden. And then, to top it all off, as if that's not enough, she uses the hearts. She uses that heartfelt picture, but none of her points for the pearls have a title to them. What she keeps repeating about pearls is their uniqueness. And then, and then she tops her arguments for pearls with a pearl is a treasure of a lifetime. She did not say that about diamonds. Nope. Not that unique anymore. Expensive. Perfect for everyday use. It is durable. The sparkle. Clearly, she professes to love diamonds and like pearls, but it's the contrary, actually. The truth is that she loves pearls, but she likes diamonds. This is not the same intent with wearing them. She wears diamonds because she likes them, probably because she likes the way they match or show up her outfit or whatever, maybe her hair or something. But pearls hold a very special place in her heart, which is why she used hearts in her margin. Like, little details like that, you wouldn't really think of paying attention to them, but once you do, you realize, are you really that much into diamonds? Girl, please, you use numbers for diamonds to depict the arguments for diamonds. You use cute little red hearts to depict the arguments for pearls. I think it's quite evident you prefer pearls. But I understand you probably don't talk about pearls. Maybe because you don't realize that you prefer pearls over diamonds. But maybe also because you have a subconscious fear of having those pearls taken from you. I don't know. But I mean, it's pretty deep, right? I mean, I felt it was pretty deep. But then there's this part in the first argument of pearls. Heart number one. Both pearls and diamonds are natural gemstones. However, pearls do have an advantage over diamonds. For one, although some pearls do come out from their shells where they need some polishing and refining, some are already ready to be used as trinkets. Oh my gosh, when I read that, I almost laughed out loud. That was crazy. Whoops. Break. Yeah, I was listening a bit too much. Okay, so yeah. Like yeah, when I read that specific sentence, for one, although some pearls do come out from their shells where they need some polishing and refining, some are already ready to be used as trinkets, I almost laughed out loud. And then it was confirmed with the sentence that comes right after. Diamonds, on the other hand, need serious cleaning, furnishing, cutting, polishing, and many more. Too much hassle for a piece of jewelry, I believe. What Albert told me about this, which when he told me that, I was like, whoa, this is deeper than I thought. Like, this isn't even just about jewelry. This is about this is bigger than we. Like, again. Okay, this pearls. Pearls. Okay. Yes, I said already. I have a definite preference for pearls versus diamonds. But that sentence exactly. For one, although some pearls do come out from their shells where they need some polishing and refining, some are already ready to be used as trinkets. Trinkets. What is a trinket? A trinket is like a charm. Like, you know, like charm bracelets. They have little charms that demonstrate things that you like. Like, you know, there's a horse because you like horseback riding. I'm sorry, I'm just reminded of a stand-up comic. I can't remember his name, from Dry Bar Comedy. That guy is so it's so funny. Um, with his voice like a lady. Anyway, so he said basically like this is a charm of a horse because I love horseback riding. And this is a charm. What was it about again? Um, I don't know. I can't remember. There was a horse, and then oh yes, and then this is a charm about the Eiffel Tower because I love Paris, and then this is a charm of a bottle of wine because what was it again? This is a charm of a bottle of wine because I am closed off and have dysfunctional relationships or something like that. I just laughed out loud when I heard that. So this just reminds me of that. But are like little charms on a charm bracelet. They look like what they represent. So a horse, horseback riding, Eiffel Tower, Paris, bottle of wine. Let's not get there. Okay, so, but in this case, for me particularly, like on my gram account, I used to have my name as my name, my actual name. And then at some point, I decided I need to change my name, but I didn't want to put my name anymore. I wanted a nickname, but I also didn't want a nickname that others gave to me. I wanted, I wanted to change my name based on what I like, but also based on what Abba wanted. So I asked him about it. And he said, yeah, he said, "You are my pearl. You are my pearl. I am working on you to, what is it again? Yeah, to polish you and refine you. See what I mean? To polish you and refine you so I can use you. So I can use you for my kingdom." So this was like, oh, come on, this is exactly it. And I was like, I am your pearl. Oh, that's sweet, but I mean, I don't want to put that on for my title. I am God's pearl. That's so impersonal. No, it needed to be something meaningful, and it needed to be something that I would absolutely relate to. Doesn't even matter if no one would understand. And then he told me, well, why not Japanese? And I went with, I looked it up, and sure enough, I found it. I already found my own nickname that I created from my name in Japanese and my favorite animal. And then Abba brought on this dimension of, you are my pearl that I am polishing and refining so I can use you for my kingdom. And I was like, whoa, okay. And then he said, why not Japanese? Try Japanese. So I did. So I looked up pearl, which is Tama. I already knew God is Kami. And then there's my nickname that I created for myself, which is Maru Usagi. Maru is my name, and Sagi comes from Usagi, which means bunny, rabbit, my favorite animal. So basically, Maru Usagi is the nickname that I created for myself. Then we have Tama, which is pearl, and we have Kami, which means God. And in a sentence together, I am God's pearl. It translates as Marusagi wa. What is the correlation between the two words? Marusagi wa Kami-sama. Kami-sama means God. No correlation between Kami-sama and Tama, which is pearl, and Tama. So, Marusagi wa Kami no Tama. That's it. And I used that for my title on the gram ever since. So when I saw this, some pearls do come out from their shells where they need some polishing and refining. Although some pearls do come out from their shells where they need some polishing and refining, some are already ready to be used as trinkets. I was like, well, that's a total 180 right there. That's exactly word for word what Abba told me. So I knew for a fact that I was supposed to find this article here. But this also reminded me, trinkets, trinkets like charms on a charm bracelet. But technically, if you work for God, aren't you his trinket too? Like, you represent him. You are your own person, yes, but you represent him. You portray what or who you represent. And I represent Abba. I represent Jesus Christ. I represent HS, Holy Spirit. And so I'm their trinket of that. Yeah, and ready to be used. Like, ready to be used. I didn't feel that I was ready to be used by him, because yeah, I actually wow, I actually felt, even though I do prefer pearls, I actually thought of myself as more of a diamond than a pearl, now that I think about it, because I really thought that I needed more time. I needed more time alone with Abba before I actually did this. I needed Abba to work more on me, just like one would do with a diamond, because diamonds, on the other hand, need serious cleaning, furnishing, cutting, polishing, and many more. Not just polishing and refining. It's just polishing, just a quick polish, and then a refining of the surface of the pearl, and then you can just simply use it like that. Like, and with time, it takes value. Yes, with times the per with times what times times why plural? Oh, times as in seasons. Okay, with time, or times as in seasons or years, but mostly seasons, the pearls mature and they gain greater and greater value. It's literally like it says in the Bible, from glory to glory to glory. That's basically what happens with a pearl. It's not perfect inherently, but it can be worn already. After some polishing and refining, it can be worn already. And then the more you wear it, the more you use it, the more it gains value, the more it becomes high value, the more it goes from glory to glory to glory, the more it matures, the more it's the more the more it matures, the more it truly becomes priceless, because there is no other pearl like this one. Just like snowflakes, just like thumbprints. There was something else, I can't remember. They are unique. Unique. Oh yeah, just like you and I. We are unique. You are the only you that will ever exist ever. I am the only me that will ever exist ever. Just like snowflakes, there's not one snowflake alike. There is not one, oh, what was it again? Thumbprint alike. There is not one pearl alike. They're all different. They're all unique. They're all intricately, differently, but perfectly tailor made by God. Wow. So basically that's it. This basically reminded me that I really should stop being so hard on myself. I'm not perfect yet, and I won't be until Jesus comes back. I'm just gonna keep on learning. I am an eternal student. I've always said that my entire life. This just proves it more and more. That's all. But this is it. Like, I'm literally just beginning. Literally just beginning. So more is coming. More is coming. The more things will come, the more things will change. Okay, that's what Abba just told me. The more things will come, the more things will change. And then it's up to me, to you, to us, to learn to adapt ourselves and grow and mature and gain greater high value and all those beautiful things I just said. I'm getting tired, honestly. Okay. So that's from the culture standpoint. Now I'm gonna go into yes. Uh-huh. Yeah, let's go with the same order. Yeah, so Abba just told me, I was wondering, should I go with pearls before diamonds? Because actually the way I wrote them in my booklet is pearls first, diamonds second. Well, I mean, because it's my preference. I wasn't thinking actually, but he said no, keep the same order. Diamonds first, pearls second. So I'm gonna go with that. So I'm gonna go with diamonds. I have 4 Bible verses for diamonds. The first 2 that I said that are amount to exactly the same thing. Exodus 28 verse 18 and Exodus 39 verse 11. They say the same thing, so I'm just gonna say it once. And the second row, a turquoise, which is my power color, actually, turquoise. And the second row, a turquoise, a sapphire, and a diamond. Exodus 39:11 says the same thing. Then we have Jeremiah 17 verse 1. The sin of Judah is written down with an iron stylus. Like this, used to not smudge up the screen of your tablet or your phone. You use this. So, Jeremiah 17, verse 1. The sin of Judah is written down with an iron stylus. With a diamond point, it is engraved upon the tablet of their heart and on the horns of their altars. And then we have Ezekiel 28, verse 13. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was your covering, the ruby, the topaz, and the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, and the jasper, the lapis lazuli, the turquoise, and the emerald, and the gold. The workmanship of your settings and sockets was in you. On the day that you were created, they were prepared. And if I remember correctly, this is about the fall of Satan, but I'm not sure. Let me check quickly. With my physical Bible, this is why I brought it just in case I needed it. Turns out I do. And oh wait, didn't I said I wanted to read this? No, I wanted to read Matthew 13 in there. That's good. I'm right on time. Okay. Ezekiel 28:13. Ezekiel. Where are you, Ezekiel? Where are you hiding? Ezekiel 28:13. Ezekiel 28:13. Where are you hiding? Where are you hiding? Oh, here it is. Prophecy against the king of Tyre, whatever, Tyre. And it's verse 13. The fall of the king of Tyre. 13:13. You lived in Eden. Tell the ruler of Tyre. Oh no, it's not. This is about a king. Yeah, this is about a king. This is interesting. Because actually, this passage about the ruby, the topaz, the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, the jasper, the lapis lazuli, the turquoise, and the emerald, and the gold, and this was also included in a passage that depicts a passage in the Bible that depicts the fall of Lucifer before he became Satan, before he was deemed as the devil. I no. I thought that was it, but it's not. Okay, this is different. This is definitely different. No matter, moving on. Okay, so now we'll go to Bible study. Yeah, Bible study site. Oh yeah, all these sites were from bible.knowing-jesus.com. I love this site because it just gives me references so quickly. It's super fun. Okay, so now I have yes, yes. No, that's for colors. That's not the one I need actually. Crap. Okay. Where is it? Did I close it? No, I did not. Okay. No, that's it. Okay, so, okay, I need to go back. So, diamonds. Okay, yeah. It's from the site called, whoops. It's from the site called BibleStudy.org. It's such a great website. It's actually the website where I get all of the biblical numbers. Like, this is where I discovered them. It's super fun. Anyway, so yes, diamonds in the Bible. I'm gonna read the whole thing, actually. I think I should. Yes, I'm going to. Okay, diamonds in the Bible. According to the Bible, diamonds were likely not in the high priest's breastplate. See our section on rock crystals. I'm not doing that right now. That said, this did not preclude the use of this precious gemstone for other biblical purposes. Diamonds could have been used to adorn a newly created Lucifer. Wait a second. Is Ezekiel 28:13? Isn't that what I just... Yes. Wait a minute. What? Diamonds could have been used to adorn a newly created Lucifer. Lucifer is Satan before he was Satan. When he still belonged to God. When he still loved God. When he still respected God's position over him and not tried to actually steal it from him. Ezekiel 28:13. Then that means that's it. The king of Tyr is actually, I guess, an allegory or a metaphor thing for Lucifer before he fell and became Satan. That's interesting. So I was right. The fact that it reminded me of that, I was right. Huh. Oop. Break. And I'm back. Bless shine. Okay. Okay, diamonds could have been used to adorn a newly created Lucifer, Ezekiel 28 verse 13. Though quite rare, they are not mentioned in the Bible as one of the many precious minerals God will use to create the 12 foundations needed for the New Jerusalem. See Revelation 21 verse 19 to 21. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, about. Okay, I get it. I'm gonna read the whole thing. Also from Good News Bible. Ezekiel 28. Ezekiel 28, with an emphasis on verse 13. Yes, verse 13. Okay. Prophecy against the king of Tyre. 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 The Lord spoke to me. Mortal man, he said, tell the ruler of Tyre what I, the sovereign Lord, am saying to him. Puffed up with pride, you claim to be a god, lowercase g. You say that like a god, lowercase g, you sit on a throne surrounded by the seas. You may pretend to be a god, lowercase g, but no, you are mortal, not divine. You think you are wiser than Daniel. Daniel? Not Daniel? Oh yeah, Daniel or Daniel. That no secret can be kept from you. So what, you're omniscient now? Yeah, right. Your wisdom and skill made you rich with treasures of gold and silver. You made clever business deals and kept on making profits. How proud you are of your wealth. Now then, this is what I, the sovereign Lord, am saying. Because you think you are as wise as a god, lowercase g, I will bring ruthless enemies to attack you. They will destroy all the beautiful things you have acquired by skill and wisdom. They will kill you and send you to a watery grave. When they come to kill you, will you still claim that you are a god, lowercase g? When you face your murderers, you will be mortal and not at all divine. You will die like a dog. Lowercase g reversed. Dog. You will die like a dog at the hand of godless, lowercase g, foreigners. I, the sovereign Lord, have given the command. We continue. The fall of the king of Tyre, whatever. The Lord spoke to me again. That's verse 11. The Lord spoke to me again. That's Ezekiel. Ezekiel was a prophet. Verse 11. The Lord spoke to me again. Mortal man, he said, grieve for the fate that is waiting for the king of Tyre, whatever. Tell him what I, the sovereign Lord, am saying. Now this is the Lord speaking to the king of Tyre, whatever. You were once an example of perfection. How wise and handsome you were. You lived in Eden, the garden of God. Capital case G. And were gems of every kind. Rubies and diamonds. Topaz, beryl, carnelian, and jasper, sapphires, emeralds, and garnets. You had ornaments of gold. They were made for you on the day you were created. I put a terrifying angel there to guard you. You lived on my holy mountain and walked among sparkling gems. Your conduct was perfect from the day you were created until you began to do evil. You were busy buying and selling, and this led you to violence and sin. So I forced you to leave my holy mountain, and the angel who guarded you drove you away from the sparkling gems. You were proud of being handsome, and your fame made you act like a fool. Because of this, I hurled you to the ground and left you as a warning to other kings. You did such evil in buying and selling that your places of worship were corrupted. So I set fire to the city and burned it to the ground. All who look at you now see you reduced to ashes. You are gone, gone forever. And all the nations that had come to know you are terrified, afraid that they will share your fate. Dang. Prophecy against Sidon, verse 20. The Lord said to me, to Ezekiel, mortal man, denounce the city of Sidon. Tell the people there what I, the sovereign Lord, say about them. And now this is the Lord speaking to Sidon. I am your enemy, Sidon. People will praise me because of what I do to you. They will know that I am the Lord when I show how holy I am by punishing those who live in you. I will send diseases on you and make blood flow in your streets. You will be attacked from every side and your people will be killed. Then you will know that I am the Lord. Okay, and the last of Ezekiel 28. Israel will be blessed. Verse 24. The Lord said, none of the surrounding nations that treated Israel with scorn will ever again be like thorns and briars to hurt Israel. And they will know that I am the sovereign Lord. The sovereign Lord said, I will bring back the people of Israel from the nations where I scattered them, and all the nations will know that I am holy. The people of Israel will live in their own land, the land that I gave to my servant Jacob. They will live there in safety. They will build houses and plant vineyards. I will punish all their neighbors who treated them with scorn, and Israel will be secure. Then they will know that I am the Lord their God. Was that in my? I set myself a list of biblical books from the Bible to read for myself, and I'm just wondering, did I put that in there? No, I didn't. I put Ezekiel 8 and Ezekiel 12 verse 28. Okay, I'm adding the book. I'm reading this book. This is wow. The first time I read this book, I started with Ezekiel 1 was years ago. Actually, it was around the time when Abba told me for the first time, My purpose, that was in 2015. Yes, October 2015. I started to read Ezekiel, and it was really hard to understand, so I just stopped. I think it's time I start again. Okay. So, yes. Moving on. The next text, if I remember correctly, Revelation 21, verse 19 to 21. Revelation 21, verse 19 to 21. Whoa. No. 19 to 21, okay, but... Oh no, I need to read this also. Completely. The whole thing. Okay. Okay, well that just means that I need to add the book of Revelations also. Book of Revelation. Not even shuns as in plural, but singular. Revelation. Revelation. Why not plural? I always say plural. Book of Revelations. Oh, revelations plural would imply different revelations that probably are not connected to one another. Revelations singular means a big fat revelation that is bigger than all revelations. It's bigger than we. Oh my gosh. Wow, wow, wow. Let's continue. Okay. Revelation 21. The new heaven and the new earth. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. The first heaven and the first earth disappeared, and the sea vanished. And I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared and ready, like a bride dressed to meet her husband. What? That's... What? What? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, the whole thing is about kingdom marriage anyway. Waiting the wait word, so... I mean, I didn't even look for it. Okay. And I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared and ready, like a bride dressed to meet her husband. I heard a loud voice speaking from the throne. Now God's home is with people. He will live with them, and they shall be his people. God himself will be with them, and he will be their God. He will wipe away all tears from their eyes. There will be no more death, no more grief or crying or pain. The old things have disappeared. Then the one who sits on the throne said, "And now I make all things new." He also said to me, "Write this, because these words are true and can be trusted." And he said, "It is done. I am the first and the last, the beginning and the end. To anyone who is thirsty, I will give the right to drink from the spring of the water of life without paying for it." Those who win the victory will receive this from me. I will be their God, and they will be my children. But cowards, traitors, perverts, murderers, the immoral, those who practice magic, those who worship idols, and all liars, the place for them is the lake burning with fire and sulfur, which is the second death. And then the New Jerusalem, verse 9. One of the 7 angels who had the 7 bowls full of the 7 last plagues came to me and said, "Come, and I will show you the bride, the wife of the Lamb." The Spirit took control of me, and the angel carried me to the top of a very high mountain. He showed me Jerusalem, the holy city, coming down out of heaven from God. The city shone like a precious stone, like a jasper, clear as crystal. It had a great high wall with 12 gates and with 12 angels in charge of the gates. So 1 angel for each gate. On the gates were written the names of the 12 tribes of the people of Israel. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Asher, Issachar, Zabulon, Joseph, Benjamin, Ephraim, and Manasseh. Got them. There were 3 gates on each side, 3 on the, where's the east? My north is here. My east is here. 3 on the east, 3 on the south, 3 on the north, and 3 on the west. The city's wall was built on 12 foundation stones, on which were written the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. Oh, wow, I don't know them. Not all of them. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Thomas, Judas, Peter, Nathanael, Philip, I want to say Theodore. That just reminds me of the chipmunks. I already said John. I can't remember the other 2. No, that's right. The angel who spoke to me had a gold measuring stick to measure the city, its gates, and its wall. The city was perfectly square, as wide as it was long. The angel measured the city with his measuring stick. It was 1,500 miles long and was as wide and as high as it was long. So 1,500 miles long, 1,500 miles wide, and 1,500 miles high. Okay. The angel also measured the wall, and it was 216 feet high, according to the standard unit of measure which he was using. The wall was made of jasper, and the city itself was made of pure gold, as clear as glass. What was it again? 19 to 21? Here we go. Verse 19. The foundation stones of the city wall were adorned with all kinds of precious stones. The first foundation stone was jasper, the second sapphire, the third agate. Agate, yes. Agate? No, agate. The fourth emerald, the fifth onyx, the sixth carnelian, the seventh yellow quartz, the 18th beryl, the ninth topaz, the 10th chalcedony, whatever, the 11th turquoise, and the 12th amethyst. The 12 gates were 12 pearls. This was about diamonds, right? This was about diamonds, yes. The 12 gates were 12 pearls. Each gate was made from a single pearl. The street of the city was of pure gold, transparent as glass. So that's from 19 to 21. Let's continue 22. I did not see a temple in the city because its temple is the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb. The city has no need of the sun or the moon to shine on it because the glory of God shines on it and the Lamb is its lamp. The peoples of the world will walk by its light, and the kings of the earth will bring their wealth into it. The gates of the city will stand open all day. They will never be closed because there will be no night there. The greatness and the wealth of the nations will be brought into the city, but nothing that is impure will enter the city, nor anyone who does shameful things or tells lies. Only those whose names are written in the Lamb's book of the living will enter the city. Continuing with the article from BibleStudy.org. God, speaking through the prophet Jeremiah, uses diamonds' well-known hardness as an analogy to show how entrenched were the sins committed by the kingdom of Judah. Ooh. He states that the sin of Judah is engraved with a pen of iron. Stylus. A pen of iron with the point of a diamond. Hebrew, Shamir, Strong's Concordance. It is carved upon. Shamir means diamond? I have a cousin named Shamir. His name is Diamond? My cousin's name is Diamond? Okay. It is carved upon the tablet of their heart and upon the horns of your altars. Jeremiah 17:1, verse 1. The Hebrew word from which we get the English word for this precious stone in the Bible denotes something that can prick, like a thorn or thorn bush, or something that is sharp. Strong's and BDB lexicon. Diamonds are the hardest mineral known to man, possessing an MOHS hardness scale rating of 10, like I read in the Worldly article. Engagement rings made of this rare gemstone have been popular from at least the 15th century. 15th. Diamond and kimberlite. Oh my gosh, this is a diamond trapped in the stone. Wow. Interesting. According to a 2013 USGS Minerals Yearbook report, world natural production of diamonds stood at 130 million carats. The biggest producers of such stones in decreasing order were Russia, Botswana, Congo, Australia, and Canada, which together generated 76% of the world's supply. Gemstone folklore. Because of this gemstone's many desirable characteristics, clarity, purity, hardness, rarity, etc., it had many powers and abilities attributed to it. This gemstone was considered an emblem of invincibility and fearlessness. It gave the wearer courage, extra strength, and the stamina to be victorious. It could drive away nighttime evil spirits and ghosts, bring good luck to a person, and even make someone invisible. Yeah, right. This gem was also believed to have reproductive powers. Diamonds were associated with lightning. Ugh, I hate lightning. And believed to be products of electrical strikes. Like the turquoise, this rare gem was thought to lose its talisman-like powers if they were bought. Only stones received as a gift, it was believed, would retain their supernatural abilities. Curious Lore of Precious Stones, pages 69 to 73. Fun facts. Where is the only place in the entire world where you can hunt for this rare and incredibly valuable gemstone for a small fee and keep what you find? The Crater of Diamonds State Park in the U.S. state of Arkansas is the world's 8th largest diamond-bearing volcanic crater. The park offers the public a chance to search for this valuable precious stone from 1972, the year the area became a state park, to 2013, 30,891 rough versions of this precious stone have been discovered with a total weight of about 6,173 carats. USGS 2013 Minerals Yearbook for Gemstones. So that's it for diamonds. Okay. Now moving on to, yes, pearls. Yes. So first, yes, Bible verses about pearls. So as I said, I'm going to read. Oh, what do you know? Revelation came back. So yeah, I'm definitely reading the book. Okay, so I'm going to read Matthew 13, and I'm going to put an emphasis on verse 44 to 52. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Matthew, where are you, Matthew? Matthew 13, Matthew 13. Ah! Matthew 13, thank you, Eva. Okay, Matthew 13. The parable of the sower, and ooh, I think this was the one. No. Was it the weeds? No. Which one was it again? Oh yeah, I did a word already on the parable of the talents. That was a fun word. Anyway, so okay, Matthew 13, the parable of the sower. That same day, Jesus left the house and went to the lakeside, where he sat down to teach. The crowd that gathered around him was so large that he got into a boat and sat in it while the crowd stood on the shore. He used parables to tell them many things. Once there was a man who went... Oh, sorry. This is the story. This is the parable. Once there was a man who went out to sow grain. As he... Break and back. and let's shine. Okay. Once there was a man who went out to sow grain. As he scattered the seed in the field, some of it fell along the path, and the birds came and ate it up. Some of it fell on rocky ground where there was little soil. The seeds soon sprouted, like they grew, because the soil wasn't deep. But when the sun came up, it burned the young plants, and because the roots had not grown deep enough, the plants soon dried up. Some of the seed fell among the thorn bushes, which grew up and choked the plants. But some seeds fell in good soil, and the plants bore grain. Some had 100 grains, others 60, and others 30. And Jesus concluded, listen then if you have ears. The purpose of the parables. Verse 10. Then the disciples came to Jesus and asked him, why do you use parables when you talk to the people? Jesus answered, the knowledge about the secrets of the kingdom of heaven has been given to you, but not to them. For the person who has something will be given more, so that he will have more than enough. But the person who has nothing will have taken away from him even the little he has. The reason I use parables, this is Jesus speaking, not me. The reason I use parables in talking to them is that they look but do not see. And they listen but do not hear or understand. So the prophecy of Isaiah applies to them. This people will listen and listen, but not understand. They will look and look, but not see, because their minds are dull and they have stopped up their ears and have closed their eyes. Otherwise, their eyes would see, their ears would hear, their minds would understand, and they would turn to me, says God, and I would heal them. As for you, now this is Jesus speaking again. This is not the prophecy of Isaiah anymore. As for you, how fortunate you are. Your eyes see and your ears hear. I assure you that many prophets and many of God's people wanted very much to see what you see, but they could not, and to hear what you hear, but they did not. Jesus explains the parable of the sower, verse 18. Listen then, and learn what the parable of the sower means. Those who hear the message about the kingdom but do not understand it are like the seeds that fell along the path. The evil one comes and snatches away what was sown in them. The seeds that fell on rocky ground stand for those who receive the message gladly as soon as they hear it. But it does not sink deep into them, and they don't last long. So when trouble or persecution comes because of that message, they give up at once. The seeds that fell among thorn bushes stand for those who hear the message. But the worries about this life and the love for riches choke the message, and they don't bear fruit. And the seeds sown in the good soil stand for those who hear the message and understand it. They bear fruit, some as much as 100, others 60, and others 30. No, not yet, not yet. Okay. Parable number 2. The parable of the weeds, verse 24. Jesus told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like this. A man sowed good seed in his field. One night, when everyone was asleep, an enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and went away. When the plants grew and the heads of grain began to form, then the weeds showed up. The man's servant came to him and said, "Sir, it was good seed you sowed in your field. Where did the weeds come from?" "It was some enemy who did this," he answered. "Do you want us to go and pull up the weeds?" they asked him. "No," he answered, "because as you gather the weeds, you might pull up some of the wheat along with them. Let the wheat and the weeds both grow together until harvest. Then I will tell the harvest workers to pull up the weeds first, tie them in bundles and burn them, and then to gather in the wheat and put it in my barn." Then we have the parable number 3, the parable of the mustard seed. Verse 31. Jesus told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like this. A man takes a mustard seed and sows it in his field. It is the smallest of all seeds, but when it grows up, it is the biggest of all plants. It becomes a tree so that birds come and make their nests in its branches. Parable number 4. The parable of the yeast. Verse 33. Jesus told them still another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like this. A woman takes some yeast and mixes it with a bushel of flour until the whole batch of dough rises. Parable number... Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Parable number 5. Jesus. Wait, that's not it. Is it? No, never mind, not yet. Jesus's use of parables, verse 34. Jesus used parables to tell all these things to the crowds. He would not say a thing to them without using a parable. He did this to make come true what the prophet had said. "I will use parables when I speak to them. I will tell them things unknown since the creation of the world." The prophet, I'm guessing, is Isaiah. Jesus explains the parable of the weeds, which is parable number 2. When Jesus had left the crowd and gone indoors, his disciples came to him and said, "Tell us what the parable about the weeds in the field means." Jesus answered, "The man who sowed the good seed is the Son of Man." Basically, it's himself. It's himself. Jesus is the Son of Man, the Son of all mankind. He is God, but he was born of a mortal woman. Therefore, he is the Son of all mankind. Jesus answered, "The man who sowed the good deed is the Son of Man." Basically, it's me. He meant to say. The field is the world. The good seed is the people who belong to the kingdom. The weeds are the people who belong to the evil one. And the enemy who sowed the weeds is the devil. I said okay? The harvest is the end of the age, and the harvest workers are angels. Just as the weeds are gathered up and burned in the fire, so the same thing will happen at the end of the age. The Son of Man will send out his angels to gather up out of his kingdom all those who cause people to sin and all others who do evil things, and they will throw them into the fiery furnace, where they will cry and gnash their teeth. Then God's people will shine like the sun in their Father's kingdom. Listen then, if you have ears. Parable number 5. Yes, the parable of the hidden treasure. The kingdom of heaven is like this. A man happens to find a treasure hidden in a field. He covers it up again and is so happy that he goes and sells everything he has and then goes back and buys that field. Which that parable of the hidden treasure, that spoke volumes to me about that point that Abba brought up to me about the list of arguments for the pearls. They were not impersonal, they were very personal. She used hearts in the margin, no titles. It wasn't impersonal at all. It was emotional, very personal. Very close to her heart, just like the heart she used. She hid the fact that she preferred pearls to diamonds, probably even from herself, hidden like a treasure, so that no one would steal them. Interesting. Okay, parable number 6. The parable of the pearl. Also, this is still for diamonds, though. It keeps bringing me back to pearls. No, wait, I am in pearls now. I'm sorry. The parable of the pearl. Parable number 6, the parable of the pearl, verse 45. Oh, yeah. The emphasis started with verse 44, which is the parable of the hidden treasure. So, the point about pearls in the Bible starts from Matthew 13, verse 44 to 52. So, from 54 to 52. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go back again on that because I was supposed to put emphasis on that. So starting here, parable number 5. The parable of the hidden treasure. The kingdom, verse 44. The kingdom of heaven is like this. A man happens to find a treasure hidden in a field. He covers it up again and is so happy that he goes and sells everything he has and then goes back and buys that field. So as I said, hidden treasure. Hidden even to herself, the author. She used hearts in the margin because clearly pearls matter a lot more to her than diamonds do. Hidden treasure. Verse 45. The parable of the pearl. Parable number 6. Also, the kingdom of heaven is like this. A man is looking for fine pearls, and when he finds one that is unusually fine, he goes and sells everything he has and buys that pearl. Verse number 7, the parable of the net. Also, the kingdom of heaven is like this. Some fishermen throw their net out in the lake and catch all kinds of fish. When the net is full, they pull it to shore and sit down to divide the fish. The good ones go into the buckets, the worthless ones are thrown away. It will be like this at the end of the age. The angels will go out and gather up the evil people from among the good and will throw them into the fiery furnace, where they will cry and gnash their teeth. That was verse 47, 48, 49, and 50. Verse 51. New truths and old. Do you understand these things? Jesus asked them. Yes, they answered. So he replied, this means then that every teacher of the law who becomes a disciple in the kingdom of heaven is like a homeowner who takes new and old things out of his storage room. And I'm reading the whole thing, the whole Matthew 13. So verse 53, Jesus is rejected at Nazareth. When Jesus finished telling these parables, he left that place and went back to his hometown. He taught in the synagogue, and those who heard him were amazed. Where did he get such wisdom? They asked. And what about his miracles? Isn't he the carpenter's son? Isn't Mary his mother? And aren't James, Joseph, Simon, and Judas his brothers? Aren't all his sisters living here? Where did he get all this? And so they rejected him. Why? Because of envy. Why? Because of jealousy. Why? Because why did he get all that wisdom? Why didn't I? I have more wealth than he does. He's just a carpenter's son. Please, I'm not gonna believe what he says. Jesus said to them, a prophet is respected everywhere except in his hometown and by his own family. As they say, nobody can hurt you as much as the people who are close to you, because they know you the most and they know exactly what to do to push your buttons. That's me, not him. Because, Bible, verse 58, because they did not have faith, he did not perform many miracles there. I mean, if they're not going to believe, if all they're going to do is criticize and belittle him, badmouth him to everybody, what's the point of doing miracles there if nobody will pay attention to them? He's not doing it for fun. I mean, it's fun for him to do miracles because he gets to improve the lives of his family, of his chosen family, his friends. But I mean, come on. If all you're gonna do is just be negative towards something as positive as a miracle, well, I guess you don't need a miracle. So he just didn't do that many miracles as much as he could have if the people there would have been more supportive, more positive. Less envious, less jealous and all that. If there had been less covetousness and more admiration and wonderment of, I wonder how I could do that. Not, why can't I do that? That's jealousy, envy, covetousness. It's, whatever. So, Matthew. I read it all. That was long. Okay. I'm going to continue with the verses because I have 3 more. 1 Timothy 2 verse 9. Likewise, I want women to adorn themselves with proper clothing, modestly and discreetly, not with braided hair and gold or pearls or costly garments. Revelation 17:4. The woman was clothed in purple and scarlet, and adorned with gold and precious stones and pearls, having in her hand a gold cup full of abominations and of the unclean things of her immorality. Revelation 17, that verse, verse 4, is about actually the Scarlet Woman, which will show up in the end times, which we are in the end times. But basically, she's immorality incarnate. She's like the great prostitute, basically. It's part of the yeah, I really need to read Revelation. I really need to. I'm not gonna say something stupid here, so I'm just gonna stop. Revelation 18 verse 12. Cargoes of gold and silver and precious stones and pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and every kind of citron wood and every article of ivory and every article made from very costly wood and bronze and iron and marble. Oh no, wait, I have two more. I have two more. Revelation 21 verse 21. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Each one of the gates was a single pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold like transparent glass. And then Job 28 verse 18, coral and crystal are not to be mentioned, and the acquisition of wisdom is above that of pearls. I like that. I like that a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. Do, 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 do. Wow. There's so much. What is this section? Precious stones, pearls, topaz. Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's that too. Some and there's this. Okay. So there's also a section here. This is all from the site bible.knowing-jesus.com. So this is from the section Precious Stones, Pearls, Rubies. I just read Job 28 verse 18, and then we get into Proverbs. Proverbs 3 verse 15. She is more precious than jewels, and nothing you desire compares with her. Proverbs 8:11. For wisdom is better than jewels, and all desirable things cannot compare with her. And Proverbs 31:10. An excellent wife who can find, for her worth is far above jewels. Which fits because the whole theme of this whole waiting the wait word is kingdom marriage. So all this just fits effortlessly well. Okay, and now we get to Bible study Pearl. BibleStudy.org, Pearls in the Bible. Pearls, according to the Bible, play an integral role. Okay. Pearls, according to the Bible, play an integral role in the creation of a new Jerusalem for God's people. The 12 gates of the city are stated to be composed of margarites, Margarites, which oddly enough is technically a daisy, which is why I call this necklace my daisy pearl necklace. Even the daisy is made of pearls, but it's actually called a marguerite in French, which apparently is also a Greek word. A Greek word. What? Marguerite is French. Oh, wait. Marguerite. Marguerite. Marguerite is French. Marguerite or margarites. Margarites is Greek. Margarites. Margarites. Revelation 21:21. This Greek word, margarites, Strong's Concordance, number G3135, is translated in lexicons as pearls. Basically, daisy, marguerite, margarites, marguerite, all equal the same thing. But in Greek, they also translate as pearls. And I call this my daisy pearl necklace. So basically, this is my pearl necklace. That is very interesting. It should be noted that modern cultural references to the gates of heaven being made of pearls is based on Revelation 21:21. Job states that the gaining of wisdom is more precious than gabish. Gabish. Gabish, which to me just sounds like garbage. What? Weird. This Hebrew word comes from an unused root that means to freeze or crystal, from its resemblance to ice. Oh, right, it does look like ice, which Strong's Concordance translates as pearls. I see. Interesting. Although the KJV Bible translates gabish, Gabish, as this gem in Job 28:18, many other translations render the word as crystal. Interestingly, this stone still shows up in this quote as several translations. ESV, HCSB, and NASB translate the Hebrew panin, PANIYN, Strong's number H6443, as this natural gem. No mention shall be made of coral or of crystal. Hebrew, gabish. The price of wisdom is above pearls. Hebrew, panin. Job 28, verse 18, ESV. This stone, the pearl, is the second most referenced gemstone in the entire KJV Bible, primarily due to its use in the New Testament. See Matthew 7:6, Matthew 13:45-46. I just read Matthew 13 completely, and our article about one of these parables. I wonder if I should read that afterwards. Because actually, this is my last point after that. I think I will. It is also one of the two major gems in scripture that are produced organically, the other being coral, as opposed to inorganically. True, because pearls actually come from oysters. They are born in oysters. An organic creature creates this organic gemstone. And the coral is born from, I think, algae. I'm not sure, but it's also originated from the sea. I wonder if that means something, or if that's another word. And wow. I'm sorry, just this picture is breathtaking. A tiara containing 212 natural pearls. How royal is this? This is so intricately beautiful. Wow, it just wouldn't be the same if it was diamonds. To me, anyway. I continue. Natural pearls, which are composed primarily of calcium carbonate, are created within the soft tissue of living shelled mollusks, usually clams. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Anciently, because they were rare to find. Many oysters had to be gathered and opened, thus killing them, in order to find one of these gems. One modern method for making these gemstones more available is producing them in farms that use human as well as natural processes to create them. This natural gem can be round, pear, egg, or other shapes. Yeah, see? This one is pear. All the ones on my little daisy, on my little marguerite, on my little pearl are pear shaped. These are round shaped. This is nice. Oh, I'm learning so much. While white is the most familiar coloration of this gemstone, they can also come in other colors such as light rose, which pink is my favorite color, which I mean, hello. Black, yes, they come in black. There is such a thing as a black pearl, which are said to be extremely valuable, super beautiful, and super rare. Blue pearls, red pearls, and violet pearls. Their beauty and desirability goes back at least 4,000 years. Diamonds, Pearls, and Precious Stones, page 42. That's the reference. It's a book. Folklore now. Is that it? Yes, that is it. Folklore. Folklore surrounding pearls associates them with the moon and Monday, and I am obsessed with the moon. So, I mean, I'm not saying that fits, but it fits for me. But I hate Mondays because it's the first day of the working week. Although they were also considered a talisman of Sunday. Curious Lore of Precious Stones, page 30, 332, and 358. That's just a reference. In dreams. Oh, wow! In dreams, this gemstone was believed to symbolize faithful friends. They were also considered, in some cultures, as the tears of the gods, lowercase g, of course. But still, whoa. In dreams, this gemstone was believed to symbolize faithful friends? This is nuts, because the next word I'm going to make, no, they're all the word. All of them are part of the word. But this next message that I'm going to post is my prophetic dream, and pearl is mentioned in it. And, oh, now it makes so much more sense. I mean, it made sense already. Abba told me a lot about it, but this adds a bigger dimension to it. Interesting. Okay, and yes, now I'm going to go to the article about one of the parables of Jesus. I'm sorry, I'm just flabbergasted. I was thinking maybe, but I mean, now that I think about it, it makes sense, but I was thinking maybe he would talk about the hidden treasure. They would talk about the parable of the hidden treasure, or the parable of, the pearl, but instead it's another parable that I have heard about, but never really read. Literally, the title is this: Pearls Before Swine Parable. I'm just, wow, okay. Pearls Before Swine Parable. Question: why did Jesus tell us not to cast out pearls before swine? When did he give this parable, and what does it mean? Answer: the parable of the pearls before swine was given by Jesus a short time before the Passover season of 28 after death. It was offered as part of his extensive Sermon on the Mount message given to both his disciples and to the public interested in his teachings. Interestingly, although somewhat rare, and usually sought after, the KJV Bible mentioned pearls in only 8 places. 4 of these locations are in the book of Revelation. The verse you are referring to is in Matthew 7. This verse records Jesus stating a parable that we are not to offer holy things to dogs, and we are not to cast our pearls before swine. Why is this the case? It is because they might walk over them and then afterwards come and attack us. Jesus stated, "Do not give that which is holy to the dogs, nor cast your pearls before the swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn around and tear you in pieces." Matthew 7 verse 6, the HBFV version of the Bible. Symbolism. The word pearls in Matthew 7 is symbolic of godly lowercase g wisdom and the salvation brought by his kingdom. God's, capital G, God's wisdom is likened to something of a very great price in another reference in Matthew. See Matthew 13 verse 45-46. I just read that. All this is discussing God's, capital G, kingdom, God's kingdom, and the wisdom one must acquire in order to enter it. Job 28 verse 12 to 20. Okay. Job 28 verse 12 to 20. Job, where are you hiding? Job, where are you hiding? Job, where are you hiding? Job 28 verse 12 to 20. Title: In Praise of Wisdom. You know what? I'm just going to read it and I'm going to do emphasis on verse 12 to 20. Job 28. Oh, and I already read the whole book of Job and it was fascinating. The oddest thing about it is that when I actually was reading it with someone, I'm not going to say who, when I was reading the entire book of Job with someone, I was actually going through my Job season, I guess I could call it that. My Job season where everything broke loose and everything seemed like everything was failing and everything around me was crumbling. It was a bad time. But it was an enlightening time when I started to read this with that particular person. Anyway. So, Job 28 with the title In Praise of Wisdom. And this is funny because right next to the title, there's a lowercase g. And in the margin, it says, the Hebrew text does not indicate who is speaking in this chapter. So we don't know if it's Job. We don't know if it's another character from the book of Job. We don't even know if it's God or an angel or anyone. Just someone is speaking. Okay, interesting. Okay. So, Job 28, in praise of wisdom. Lowercase g does not indicate who is speaking in this chapter. Verse 1. There are mines where silver is dug. There are, like dug out, there are places where gold is refined. We dig iron out of the ground and melt copper out of the stones. Miners explore the deepest darkness. Oh, yes. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. So, okay. The word that Abba is working with me on posting on either Monday or Tuesday I already know it basically because it just reminded that I was just reminded of that when I saw minors, the word minors. I was like, okay, so I mean, I already know what to do for Monday or Tuesday. Okay, cool. Minors explore the deepest darkness. They search the depth of the earth and oh, I forgot to call my friend. Oh, baka no baka. Okay, je l'appellerai demain. I'll call her tomorrow. Okay. Miners explore the deepest darkness. They search the depths of the earth and dig for rocks in the darkness. Far from where anyone lives or human feet ever travel. They dig the shafts of mines. There they work in loneliness, clinging to ropes in the pits. Food grows out of the earth, but underneath the same earth, all is torn up and crushed. 12 to 20, not yet. Verse 6. The stones of the earth contain sapphires, and its dust contains gold. No hawk sees the roads to the mines, and no vulture ever flies over them. No lion or other fierce beast ever travels those lonely roads. Miners dig the hardest rocks, dig mountains away at their base. As they tunnel through the rocks, they discover precious stones. They dig to the sources of rivers. They dig to the sources of rivers and bring to light what is hidden. Verse 12. But where can wisdom be found? Where can we learn to understand? Wisdom is not to be found among mortals. No one knows its true value. The depths of the oceans and seas say that wisdom is not found there. It cannot be bought with silver or gold. The finest gold and jewels cannot equal its value. It is worth more than a gold vase or finest glass. The value of wisdom is more than coral or crystal or rubies. The finest topaz and the purest gold cannot compare with the value of wisdom. Where then is the source of wisdom? So that was Job 28, verse 12 to 20. Verse 21. Oh no, and where can we learn to understand? Verse 21. No living creature can see it, not even a bird in flight. Even death and destruction admit they have heard only rumors. God alone knows the way, knows the place where wisdom is found. Because he sees the ends of the earth, sees everything under the sky. When God here, capital G, when God gave the wind its power and determined the size of the sea, when God decided where the rain would fall and the path that the thunderclouds travel, it was then he saw wisdom and tested its worth. He gave it his approval. God said to us humans to be wise. You must have reverence for the Lord. To understand, you must turn from evil. Why? Because God alone knows the way, knows the place where wisdom is found. Verse 23. That is why. Like, if you want wisdom, you're not going to get it in the world. You're only going to get it from God. You're only going to get it from kingdom. Point blank period. Ooh, this is fascinating. Okay. Continuing with the article. Wisdom is found using the Holy Spirit, which is only given to those who obey him. Acts 5:32. Acts 5:32. Acts 5:32. Ah, the apostles are persecuted. Act 5:32. We are, yes, we are witnesses to these things, we and the Holy Spirit, who is God's gift to those who obey him. How can, however, understanding and knowledge lead us to our own pearls of great price? Matthew 13:45-46, already read that. How can they bring us to the pure truth of God? Capital G. It is only through recognizing and obeying his laws and his ways. Psalm 119, verse 104. Psalm 119, 119. 104. Oh. 104. Love for the law of the Lord. I gain wisdom from your laws, and so I hate all bad conduct. God's, capital G, God's precepts are written in the scriptures. If one has his spirit, one can study his word, his precepts, for holy knowledge. And upon this foundation, the Eternal will then grant holy understanding. Wisdom, like pearls. If we take our wisdom, like precious pearls, and throw it all around without knowing whether it might fall before dogs, an impure or self-righteous heart, or swine, someone who is considered unclean, Jesus warns us that they will likely tear us to pieces. This means they will twist and distort what is said and then come after us because they don't agree with what we said. So this is interesting. This just backs up even more why I hate calling men dogs, because they're not dogs. The way the Bible depicts a dog is an impure or self-righteous heart. Basically, that's just wrong and mean. You call men dogs, you proclaim them to be impure or or that they have a self-righteous heart. But what about your own heart? What about you? What makes you so pure? Like, why would you even go into this and identify someone by something that you wouldn't even identify yourself by? It's just, ugh, ça me dépasse in French. I mean, this blows my mind. Okay. Yeah, this means they will twist and distort what is said and then come after us. God, capital G, tells us in the book of Proverbs that there are times when we should be silent, not casting our pearls before others, and times when we should respond directly, especially about what is the truth. Jesus sometimes answered the questions and accusations thrown his way by the religious leaders of his day. Example, Matthew 12, verse 1-8. Matthew 12, verse 1-8. The question about the Sabbath. Oh, the question about the Sabbath. Okay. Not long afterward, Jesus was walking through some wheat fields on a Sabbath. His disciples were hungry, so they began to pick heads of wheat and eat the grain. When the Pharisees saw this, they said to Jesus, "Look, it is against our law for your disciples to do this on the Sabbath, dude." Basically, that's what they meant, dude, at the end. Jesus answered, Have you never read what David did that time when he and his men were hungry? He went into the house of God, and he and his men ate the bread offered to God. Capital G. Even though it was against the law for them to eat it, only the priests were allowed to eat that bread. Or have you not read in the law of Moses that every Sabbath the priests in the temple actually break the Sabbath law, yet they are not guilty? I tell you that there is something here greater than the temple. The scripture says, "It is kindness that I want, not animal sacrifices." If you really knew what this means, you would not condemn people who are not guilty. For the Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath. Hello, Jesus himself created the Sabbath. So if he wants to pick at wheat on the Sabbath that he created, who the heck are you to tell him not to do it? Like, oh, some people honestly, sheesh. And sometimes he refused to respond to their inquiries. Example, Matthew 21, verse 23 to 27. Verse 23 to 27. Oh. The question about Jesus' authority. Verse 23. Jesus came back to the temple. And, Jesus came back to the temple. And as he taught, the chief priests and the elders came to him and asked, "What right do you have to do these things? Who gave you such right?" Jesus answered them, "I will ask you just one question. And if you give me an answer, I will tell you what right I have to do these things." This is the question. Where did John's right to baptize come from? Was it from God, capital G, or from human beings? They started to argue among themselves. What shall we say? If we answer from God, capital G, he will say to us, "Why then did you not believe John?" But if we say from human beings, we are afraid of what the people might do, because they are all convinced that John was a prophet. So they answered, verse 27, so they answered Jesus, "We don't know." Yeah. I'm sure Jesus is not a fool. Like, Jesus is God, so he's omniscient. He knows everything, so he can see into our hearts. He could see into the Pharisees' heart. And he was like, "Oh, so that's how you want to play it. You want to act stupid, so then I respond to the question that you asked. And then you'll belittle me because of what I said, because you didn't say anything. And since you're the Pharisees and you're, students of the Bible, you should know better than me, because obviously you do not recognize who I am. So, wow, you're trying to trap me in front of all of them." That ain't happening, Pharisees. And so he said to them, "Neither will I tell you, then, by what right I do these things." Hey, if you're not gonna talk, why should I? Why should I waste my breath trying to convince someone as stubborn and blind and deaf as you? Please. No. So he didn't say anything, which was very wise. We must discern the reason for any questions according to the person who is doing the asking and answer within that context. Do not answer a fool according to his folly, lest you also be like him. answer a fool according to his folly, so that he may not be wise in his own conceit, just like with the Pharisees. Proverbs 26, verse 4 to 5, HBFV. We should not cast our pearls of godly, capital G, wisdom before swine, meaning someone who is a militant, ready to fight, unbeliever, lest they turn on us and insult us or do us harm. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's the whole word. That's the whole word. That's nice. I like that. Oh, I think, yes, I might as well get into colors. Because I'm wearing pink. Okay, not this, not here, but um here it is, meaning of color. Yeah, color in the Bible though. Color in the Bible. So I'm just gonna get into pink. Also orange is, if I find it from that word. What does orange mean in the Bible? Oh, there's pink. There's turquoise. Where's orange? Gold. Purple. Orange in the Bible. Orange is made by mixing red, the color of the flesh, and yellow trials to create the color of fire. This represents the fire of God, capital G, deliverance and praise from on high. Through trials, man can become purified through Christ's fire and be delivered, earning praise from all that is holy and transcending his earthly flesh. In addition, orange represents the prophetic ministry and change. Think of the color of changing seasons and the harvest. Whew. And then I'll go into pink, pink, pink. Pink, yeah, pink, pink, pink. Different cultures. Yes, pink in the Bible. Well, that's interesting. Well, actually, those two correlate, so I'm gonna pink in the culture. Pink is the color of romance, feminine or femininity, and nurture. Okay. So pink. The sweet child, that's the nickname of the color pink. Feminine and sweet. Pink is the color of nurture and unconditional love. The blend of red and white relates to the love for oneself, family, and a partner. But unlike red, pink is more about romance than passion. The influence of white makes pink a calming color that comforts those who have obstacles ahead of them. That's because pink is incredibly positive and sparks hope. However, it can be unrealistic and overly optimistic, having a childish attitude. Guilty. Okay, emotions that pink emotes in you: unconditional love, femininity, innocence, romance. Effects: calming, uplifting, comforting, energizing. Positive: compassion, sympathy, playfulness, delicacy. And negative: over optimism, unconfident, childish, unrealistic. Okay. Um. Okay. Um. Where can we find the meaning of pink? Is it in the vibrant pink flowers in a park, or in the sweet pink of bubblegum? Maybe we can find it in the cute ribbon of a little girl, or in the sugary cotton candy that brings us back to our childhood. As the most feminine color of all, pink is associated with girls and everything sweet. Ah! To give you a full picture of the symbolism and meanings of the color pink, we'll also talk about its most common uses, company logos, chakra, gemstone, facts, quotes, and idioms, whatever. Pink color meanings in different cultures. In keeping with color psychology, each color has a significant influence on our lives, from our behavior to mood. Still, color associations are ambiguous and depend strongly on upbringing and each individual's experience with specific colors. For that reason, we will briefly nudge into the symbolism of pink in different cultures before jumping into its psychological meanings. In Western cultures, pink is widely considered as the color of femininity and romance. In Japan, pink is a popular color because of the sakura, cherry blossom, Japan's unofficial flower. Well, it's actually a national flower, but I guess not officially. Okay. In South Korea, pink symbolizes trust. What does the color pink mean in the Bible? According to the meaning of the colors in the Bible, pink is associated with healthy flesh, new life, heavenly care, feminine or femininity, and ooh, Rose of Sharon. Rose of Sharon. Isn't that in the book of Songs, Songs of Solomon? I think so. Which reminds me, I need to read that book also. Let me just put it on my list quickly. Did I already? Nope, I did not. I always forget this one. Book of Songs of Solomon. Okay. Okay. Wow. Rose of Sharon, that's how King Solomon compared his beloved. Oh, oh that's sweet. Okay, psychological meaning of pink. As a blend of red and white, pink has traits of both colors. On one side, it has the passion and action of red, and on the other side, it has the peacefulness and purity of white. Pink charms with ease while calming those surrounding it. According to a study from 1981, light pink has temporary calming effects on people. The pink studied drunk tank pink, also known as Baker Miller pink, was used in prison cells to tone down the inmates' aggression. However, its calming effects only occur during the initial exposure to the color. Inmates become agitated once they get used to the color. After all, pink also has red traits. In keeping with the visitors' locker room of Kinnick Stadium in Iowa, is entirely pink to try to keep the opposite team less energetic and calmer. As a non-threatening color, pink is not only calming but also sweet, playful, approachable. It's a friendly color, strongly associated with tenderness and nurture, while conveying a sense of safety and vulnerability. Color pink meaning. Pink relish in giving and receiving nurture. It evokes images of compassion and kindness while charming with harmony. Because pink is so affectionate, it is a color that needs acceptance and support. While it gives love without measures, pink also requires unconditional love to fulfill its need for attention, support, and care. For instance, those who predominantly wear pink clothing might be subconsciously asking for attention. I guess maybe a little bit. I don't know. Pink is associated with sweet behaviors and things. More than anything, pink is the color of universal love for oneself and others. It embodies all that is good in the world, showing an unmatched level of sympathy. Honestly, I wore this because it's the first thing I saw. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Am I seeking attention? I don't know. However, like a delicate and romantic color, pink is a gentle type of love. It bursts with romance and is especially appealing to women. Actually, pink is associated with girls in our modern society, but it hasn't always been like this. In fact, the pink and blue trend is relatively new, and for a while it used to be the other way around. Pink was for boys, blue was for girls? That's interesting. That is interesting. Ooh, break. And I'm back. And let's shine. Wow. Little boys used to be associated with pink. Little girls used to be associated with blue. I actually can see that happening, yeah. It kind of brings back also the fact that in every person, whether male or female, there is a masculine side to them and a feminine side to them. They have both masculine traits and feminine traits. Interesting. Huh. Unlike red, pink represents romantic love rather than the heat of passion. Blame white for that. The lightest color of all softens pink to an innocent and euphoric hue. I'm actually wearing hot pink. Which reminds me of a Korean song, but I wonder what hot pink means. Anyway, blame white for that. The lightest color of all softens pink to an innocent and euphoric hue. The color pink is highly upbeat and relish in boosting the morale of those who need comforting. It oozes optimism and gives hope to a level where no obstacles are big enough. For instance, the pink ribbon is an international symbol of breast cancer awareness. Gives hope to a level where no obstacles are big enough. Wow. This means that the color pink is basically the emblem of with God all things are possible. Interesting. Oh, look at this. Huh. This shows what it used to be before. And also what I just said. Boys were associated with pink. Girls were associated with blue. And then in every male and female there is a masculine and feminine side, which now can be seen as masculine blue, feminine pink. There's a blue donut with pink sprinkles and a pink donut with blue sprinkles. Look. This is exactly what I meant. Wow. Intuitive and insightful, the color pink is vibrant and glows creativity. Yet sometimes it sees the world through rose-tinted glasses. It can be excessively optimistic and unrealistic. As if. That's not true, maybe a little bit. As a child, pink is sweet and innocent, but sometimes it can also be naive and silly. Considering that, pink might not be the best color to wear for job interviews. Not predominantly, at least, because it is linked to childhood. Pink is associated with inexperience. It can lead to irritation and inspire feelings of weakness when overused. In the same breath, pink is nostalgic and relishes walking down memory lane and dwelling on the past. For that reason, pink is also very sensitive and overly cautious, leading to a lack of confidence and passiveness. Yeah. As a timid color, pink prefers to blend in rather than being the star of the show. Oh, that's true. Yeah, whenever I wear pink, I usually wear like one or two key pieces, but never a whole thing like this dress. I haven't worn this dress in years, also. This is interesting. As a timid color, pink prefers to blend in rather than being the star of the show. Still, adding darker colors to a pink design adds strength and sophistication to it. Strength and sophistication? Okay, yeah, I'll take it. Physical effects of pink. Here are some of the physical effects of pink on us. Energize. The red influence on pink assures brighter shades of this color gives us energy. Relaxing. On the white side, pink is a relaxing color and is known for toning down aggressive behavior, especially its pale tints. Uplifting. Pink is a charming color that brings happy and optimistic thoughts. Comforting. Because pink is such an optimistic color, it brings hope to those in need. Personality color pink. This is for me. Personality color pink. Pink is an inherently sweet and charming color. So I'm inherently sweet and charming? Why, thank you. If pink is your favorite color, or you're attracted to pink things, you might have the personality color pink. Meanings of pink. Shades! I was wondering about this. Okay, the combination of red and white pink is a color where most shades have soft pigments. These are a few of them. Rose water. It represents love, romance, intimacy, and tenderness. This color is also associated with compassion and female strength. This is rose water. Continue. Hot pink, which is what I'm. No, actually, looks like I'm wearing rose. Or a mix of both. Okay, hot pink. This bold shade of pink only reveals itself to make a statement. It is a youthful and playful color packed with energy and vibrancy. So this is hot pink. Then we have the color rose. It has a strong female association with love, passion, desire, warmth, and emotion. So yeah, I think I'm wearing a mix of hot pink and rose. Cool. Maybe with a touch of fuchsia too? Fuchsia, it is linked to heightened energy, but also to shallowness. It is a color more associated with someone girly than feminine. So it has my dress has a bit of fuchsia in it, but it's mostly rose and hot pink, which means I'm mostly conveying boldness, youthfulness, playfulness, energy, vibrancy, love, passion, desire, warmth, emotion, and strength. I will take it. Thank you. More shades of pink. Oh, there are so many. Pink, baby pink, carnation pink, Kobe, Nadeshiko pink, Marvelous, salmon pink, pink flamingo, hot pink, French pink, ultra red, brink pink. Oh, okay. Fierce, fiery rose, shocking pink, rose, and Barbie pink. All the shades. All the shades of pink. Mm. Pink is so versatile. These are a few different pink shades, tints, and tones that they did not show here. Candy, orchid, Barbie, we saw it. Baby, we saw it. Flamingo, we saw it. Salmon, we saw it. Hot, we saw it. French, we saw it. Fiery, we saw it. Shocking, we saw it. Rose, we saw it. Lace, pink is a new one. Deep pink. Baker Miller pink. No, it's not shown here. Sakura pink. Cherry blossom pink. Champagne pink. Puce pink. Quartz pink. And dusty pink. Dusty rose. Yeah, that's a color that I really love. It's so beautiful. It's iconic and it's soft, but it's so sophisticated. Let's see, dusty pink. There it is. How freakingly pretty is this? And now that I'm seeing it, I'm thinking maybe I'll buy. Whoops. Maybe I'll buy this dress. Whoop. Maybe I'll buy this dress for myself. I don't know yet. But I'm thinking yes, maybe. Actually, I think I will. I'm just gonna save it here. Okay. So yeah, Dusty Rose is freaking beautiful. It's such a freaking beautiful color. No, I don't need this right now. No, I don't need this right now. Oh, I'll refresh it. Colors. Yes, pink. Okay, so most common uses of pink. Pink is mostly used in female clothing, baby products, candies, flavored strawberry foods, and girls' toys. Companies and brands that use pink in their logo, alongside brown, because brown and pink are a powerful combo. Alongside brown, pink is one of the least chosen colors for logos. Most brands that do use pink target female and young audiences or want to stand out from their competitor by making a statement. It is also used to promote sweet, edible products, beauty, and fashion. Like Baskin Robbins, Pink Lady, Cosmopolitan, Trolley, Envision, Pink, T, Mobile, I think, Breast Cancer Ribbon, Ideal, Barbie, Dunkin' Donuts, Hello Kitty, Easy Paris Excel, Pepto Bismol, Vineyard Vines, Sweet Frog Premium Frozen Yogurt, Donut King, ID, McGrath Benefit, can't remember what this is, Airbnb, and Lyft. All pink. Pink gemstone. Pink gemstones are believed to cultivate a feeling of unconditional love for yourself and others. It improves empathy and kindness. Also, it brings serenity, relaxation, acceptance, and contentment. Facts about pink. Most people associate the smell of strawberries with the color pink. Male parakeets have blue noses, while female parakeets have light brown to pink noses. Oh, that's so cute. Nature is amazing. Except for freaking spiders and tarantulas, they suck. I hate them. They shouldn't even exist. I don't care if God made them. I hate them. Women attempt to improve their attractiveness during ovulation by wearing red and pink. Men who wear pink earn more than those who don't and receive more compliments from female colleagues. Ooh, yes, absolutely. Still, about 1/3 of women said a man wearing pink on the first date would put them off. Not me. Depends, you can do it tastefully. Just a few pieces here and there, but don't go full-blown pink on me on the first date. That's a bit weird. Quotes about pink. Pink isn't just a color, it's an attitude too. Oh yes, Miley Cyrus. So there for that. Yes. Mauve. Mauve is just pink trying to be purple. James Whistler. Ah, that's actually true. Mauve is a pink trying to be purple. This is actually mauve. The flower and the word pink, this is mauve. It's totally right. Anything is possible with sunshine and a little pink. Lily Pulitzer. Yes, I love this. Ooh. Pink is the new black. Diana Vreeland. Respect, girl. Yes, pink is definitely the new black. I fell off my pink cloud with a thud. Elizabeth Taylor. That's hilarious. Um, okay, popular idioms with the word pink. Tickled pink. To be well pleased, amused. Right. Pink elephant, hallucination supposedly typical of those experienced by a drunk person. In the pink, to be in perfect health condition. Summary color pink meaning feminine and sweet. Pink is the color of nurture and unconditional love. The blend of red and white relates to the love for oneself, family, and a partner, but unlike red, pink is more about romance than passion. The influence of white makes pink a calming color that comforts those who have obstacles ahead of them. That's because pink is incredibly positive and sparks hope. However, it can be unrealistic and overly optimistic, having a childish attitude. Pink means unconditional love, femininity, innocence, romance. Effects of pink energizes, calms down, uplifting, comforts. Positive traits: compassion, sympathy, playful, delicate. Negative traits: over optimism, unconfident, childish, unrealistic. Oh my god, that dress is gorgeous. I'm sorry, just a minute. Hmm. Wow, that's so pretty. Okay. And that's it for the pink. Yep. So this concludes my message. I thank you all for joining me. Also, I decided maybe the tiny message at the end wasn't the best. So I actually asked Abba for like a specific prayer that I could give people to call in Holy Spirit in their lives, God in their lives, Jesus in their lives, whether or not they know them or not. So I asked him about that, and he actually then showed me right that moment, or like a few seconds after, on the screensaver of my computer, a picture that actually has a prayer about this. It's my picture, it's from my folder of Christian quotes and Christian living, whatever. And there was this picture. I totally forgot about this prayer on this picture, so I took a screenshot of it. And from now on, this is what I'm going to read at the end of all my videos. So now, before I go, before I do my shout out, for everyone who doesn't know Jesus, who doesn't know God, who doesn't know HS, Holy Spirit, and who feels that something is missing from their lives and they want to explore knowing them, I have a small, very short, and easy to remember, I think, prayer for you. Dear God, I'm not a religious person, but I believe in you. I don't have the answers, but I know you do. So from this point on, I want to rely on you. Please forgive me. I surrender to you. I make Jesus my Lord and Savior. Give me your peace. Make all things new, and I will follow you all the days of my life. In Jesus' name, amen. So, tiny prayer, short and sweet, right to the point. I love this. Um, it's beautiful, it's simple. I'm actually going to post it in my description of this video and of every subsequent video, just so people would see it. So yeah, that's it. So with that being said, I hope, I mean, I spoke a lot. This message was long. I mean, it's the longest one of all four, to be quite honest. My prophetic dream is quick, and the word, no, the message of perseverance and encouragement is quick, and then the ultimate longest one is the one with the lyrics. But I'm actually going to do them in separate videos, like maybe by two by two, I think, since I have 18. Yes, I'm gonna do 2 by 2. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Anyway, so with that being said, I hope my message, or Abba's message through me, has reached you. I hope it changes your life for the better. I hope that anything has clicked, anything at all. And as always, with anything that I share with you, that Abba shared with me to share with you, please bring it to God. It might not apply to you, it might apply to you completely. Who knows? Okay? So just bring it to God and see what He has to say about it. Okay? So that's it. I love you, and I keep praying for you, and God loves you too. And remember, this world is not certain. Tomorrow is not promised. But God's grace for us every day is sufficient. And at the end of the day, everything will be A-OK.